quiet kitchen, the familiar warmth of daily life. Yet within this tiny red vessel, here, a dormant fire waits patiently in silence. But nature built a relentless ancient weapon, plunge beyond the smooth surface, down into the deep cellular maze where ancient heat resides. These golden drops are capsaicin, a chemical trick designed to scorch the tongue of any predator. We are falling backward, leaving the modern world behind to witness the dawn of fire. Millions of years ago, the rugged valleys of ancient Bolivia stretch endlessly beneath a harsh sun. Life here is a brutal struggle for survival. Only the most cunning species can endure this landscape. Here stands the true ancestor of the chili, a delicate bush bearing tiny berries against the wind. It looks small and vulnerable, a tempting morsel for hungry mammals roaming these arid ancient plains. The animals approach with heavy steps. They seek nourishment, yet the plant holds a punishing secret. Sharp teeth crush the fragile seed. Instantly, an invisible chemical fire floods the unsuspecting dark mouth. The pain is immediate and blinding. The mammal flees in agony, leaving the precious seeds destroyed. This was not a tragic accident. The burning sensation is a calculated defense to protect tomorrow. Mammals would chew and destroy the seeds. The plant needed to repel them to survive the ages. But nature is a master of loopholes. Soon, a winged messenger arrives from the open sky. The tiny beak breaks the skin, a hidden fiery matrix of golden seeds, untouched. To this winged creature, the fiery capsaicin is entirely invisible, a ghost in the wind. Mammal receptors scream in agony, yet birds lack the biological locks to feel this burning heat. High above the treacherous valleys, the bird journeys for miles, planting the future completely unharmed. A single seed gracefully falls, touching the damp, dark earth to begin an empire of fire. Through this ancient alliance, the wild pepper conquered the vast continent, piece by piece. For millennia, it grew wild in the deep shadows, silently waiting for a new apex predator. Then, a strange bipedal creature arrived in the valley, the early human ancestors of the Americas. A rugged ancient hand reaches out, breaking the fragile stem to claim the forbidden red fruit. Around the evening fire, the very first bite was taken. A sudden shockwave of pure agony. The brain panicked. It registered severe tissue damage, unleashing a massive flood of soothing natural endorphins. But there was no actual physical burn, only the lingering thrill of surviving an invisible fire. A paradoxical obsession was born. Humans began to crush the fire, mastering the ancient wild heat. They domesticated the wild weapon, cultivating it across grand empires, turning pain into a sacred pleasure. The chili became divine, a symbol of power and protection, waiting for the endless, expanding ocean. The year is 1492. A vast ocean stretches endlessly, carrying weary sailors towards an unexpected collision, altering history forever. Navigators sought a direct path to the fabled spice islands of India. They desired black pepper, the ultimate currency of kings. But the ships struck a massive unknown continent. The lush Caribbean islands emerged from the morning mist like a dream. There was no black pepper here, just a vibrant, red, mysterious alien fruit waiting to be discovered. Desperate to please his royal patrons, the explorer named them peppers, a calculated geographical error that would permanently confuse the modern world. The ink dried on ancient parchment, sealing this false name into royal history, a permanent linguistic accident. Upon returning to the grand courts of Spain, the exotic red fire was unleashed. Monks planted the seeds in quiet monastery gardens carefully. It was a cheap botanical substitute for the exorbitant black pepper of the East. Yet it possessed an intense and mesmerizing brutal charm. But Spain could not contain this flame. The relentless maritime empire of Portugal soon recognized the true commercial power of this vibrant crop. Deep inside the damp wooden holds of trading vessels, these tiny, fiery seeds waited in silence, ready for their grand journey. Portuguese caravels rounded the treacherous Cape of Good Hope. They brought the red fire to the long coastal trading ports of wild Africa. A swift and ruthless exchange of cultures. The vibrant spice integrated seamlessly into local traditions, forever altering the vast continental flavor profile. The sails billowed eastward until they reached Goa, dropping anchor in a humid Indian port, a monumental, historic arrival. India, the ancient, undisputed king of black pepper, suddenly faced a foreign invader, an invader that demanded absolute attention and deep respect. Without a single drop of blood spilled in battle, this red fruit peacefully conquered the land, changing its culinary soul forever. The expanding Ottoman caravans embraced the fire, carrying crimson seeds across vast, endless deserts, uniting ancient worlds. In the heart of bustling Middle Eastern bazaars, the exotic alien spice transformed local stews into vibrant masterpieces. Further east, majestic wooden ships navigated the dense, emerald-green riverways of powerful, ancient Siam kingdoms. Here, the tiny bird's-eye chili found a home, hiding potent, ferocious heat within delicate skin, demanding absolute respect. Siam embraced the red invader instantly and harmonized beautifully with fragrant lemongrass, creating an addictive and legendary balance. The relentless march of fire continued northward, breaching towering, misty mountains of imperial China, seeking new culinary territories. Deep within the humid, fog-drenched valleys of Sichuan, the people required a powerful weapon against the damp cold. They already possessed the numbing, floral, ancient peppercorn, but the brutal arrival of Western chili created an explosive alliance. This legendary combination birthed mala, a numbing and spicy sensation that would conquer the formidable Chinese culinary landscape. Meanwhile, the freezing winters of the Korean peninsula demanded a warm and fiercely resilient preservation, welcoming the vibrant spice. Red pepper flakes were folded into salted, fermented cabbage, securing the glorious and unyielding cultural soul of kimchi forever. Back in Eastern Europe, the resilient Hungarian farmers cultivated sweet and vibrant red paprika fields, painting the landscape crimson. From the humble peasant stews to the extravagant royal banquets, the ruby powder became an undisputed national treasure. In a mere 50 years, this botanical immigrant successfully infiltrated the deepest hidden cultural roots across 5 massive continents. No sword, no army, no empire could match the astonishing and bloodless global conquest of the wild American chili. Across the dark Atlantic Ocean, the fiery red pods sustained enslaved souls, providing strength in brutal hardship. A worn wooden mortar crushes fiery Scotch bonnets, a resilient weapon of flavor born from profound suffering. Further north, along the harsh American frontier, brave settlers embraced the vibrant red heat, preserving their meager winter rations. Strings of dried red chilies hung from rustic wooden rafters, absorbing the warm glow of hearth fires. In the humid bayous of Louisiana, a new liquid fire was meticulously crafted inside dark wooden oak barrels. Bright red peppers crushed into a glowing mash, waiting patiently in darkness for 3 years to finally awaken the world. Even the cold gray skies of Victorian England surrendered completely to the exotic tropical heat, cultivating fire in glass houses. Botanists meticulously documented the alien fruit, obsessing over its vicious heat and remarkable biological adaptability across climates. Towering steel ships soon replaced wooden galleons, accelerating the red conquest across an increasingly interconnected modern globe. Massive wooden shipping crates stamped with faded ink, overflowing endlessly with vibrant ground red chili, destined for distant foreign shores. Yet in its ancestral homeland of Mexico, the chili remained a fierce symbol of profound indigenous resilience. Rich, dark chocolate melting flawlessly into a bubbling cauldron of ancient, intensely complex red chili mole sauce. The relentless seeds even defied Earth's gravity, traveling bravely into the vast, silent cosmos, aboard modern orbital space stations. A single, perfectly formed red berry, floating weightlessly in zero gravity against the glowing blue curvature. The incredible journey from a wild ancient valley to the absolute pinnacle of global culinary dominance was complete. The world was transformed in a mere 50 years, an unprecedented culinary invasion reshaping vast empires, without a single war. A tiny, wrinkled vessel holding unimaginable power. It possessed no military might, yet commanded the absolute devotion of kings. In the deep, misty valleys of Sichuan, the fiery botanical immigrant displaced ancient traditions, claiming absolute culinary supremacy. Decades of delicate local flavors were instantly erased. The red oil demanded total surrender, leaving behind a burning, beautiful addiction. Across the towering, majestic mountains of India, black pepper lost its sacred royal crown. overthrown by the alien. The fiery red powder seeped into every caste and class, permanently altering the genetic code of a massive, ancient civilization. Within the lush tropical jungles of Siam, locals surrendered to the fierce blazing heat, forging an unbreakable eternal bond. A ruthless culinary colonization achieved entirely through flavor. The native palate was completely rewritten by a botanical trick of nature, but this immense global devotion demanded sacrifice. Massive forests fell for the red fields, altering the delicate natural balance. The soil grew tired beneath the relentless demand. The true cost of this vibrant spice was paid in exhausted earth. A strange biological paradox gripped the human race. Mortals learned to worship the fiery agony, turning it into daily joy. Millions of pain receptors scream in simulated distress, flooding the human brain with a powerful, euphoric rush of soothing chemicals. An obsession with conquering the ultimate botanical defense, turning a natural, wild, biological warning signal into a sacred culinary ritual. The body weeps, the heart races, yet the soul craves more. A brilliant chemical illusion that enslaved the entire globe. The weapon designed to keep mammals far away became the very reason they worshipped it, securing its eternal historical legacy. The modern era ushered in a new obsession, engineering the ultimate botanical pain, pushing the absolute biological limits. Humans demanded more intense agony, abandoning natural evolution to selectively breed monstrous, aggressive mutations of the ancient fruit. Botanists manipulated the genetic code, choosing to crossbreed aggressive, fiery mutations, creating weapons of pure culinary destruction. These monstrous modern super-hot chilies possess enough concentrated volatile capsaicin to easily blister bare human skin upon contact. A bizarre cultural phenomenon emerged. Millions actively competing in agonizing endurance, willingly subjecting themselves to extreme botanical torture. The brain is completely overwhelmed by the blinding heat, triggering an immense, euphoric flood of powerful natural painkillers. But medical science discovered a beautiful paradox, utilizing the burning chemical weapon to permanently silence chronic physical human pain. The fiery extract numbs the fragile nerves. The botanical defense mechanism is ironically transformed into profound human medicine. The fierce botanical invader secured its ultimate global culinary victory, becoming the most heavily cultivated spice on Earth. Billions of glowing red pods are harvested annually, constantly feeding an insatiable global appetite that simply refuses to die. From the humblest street food stalls to the most arrogant, refined, Michelin-starred fine dining establishments across the globe, the red fire commands absolute respect. It elevates the mundane, bringing a violent, beautiful passion to every single meal. Yet this massive agricultural empire demands a heavy toll, exhausting the ancient fertile soils, replacing lush biodiversity with monoculture. The true cost of our endless red addiction is silently absorbed by the fragile, tired earth beneath our feet. The wild American berry completely subjugated the entire human palate, rewriting the sensory history of our modern world. We conquered the wild earth, building massive global empires, only to become completely enslaved by a tiny, red, ancient fruit, ruling our very souls. It offered no actual physical warmth, no profound nutritional salvation. It simply tricked the mind, offering beautiful, agonizing illusions. A shared biological delusion uniting humanity across every single border, seeking the profound thrill of survival without any actual mortal danger. The mind rewards the brave palate, a brilliant biological dance between searing fiery agony and deeply profound human ecstasy. For the humble pepperbush, this relentless human obsession guarantees its eternal survival and dominance across the vast, sprawling earth. The seeds are carefully protected in heavily fortified global vaults, a wild weed transformed into our most treasured botanical legacy. And so the grand historical journey returns to the quiet, familiar space where this fiery magic is summoned daily. Pulling back from the intricate golden maze of volatile oils, the microscopic fiery universe slowly fades into a solid form. The bright red skin is perfectly flawless once again, hiding its brutal, ancient defensive mechanism under a sleek, beautiful surface. A heavy steel blade rests gently against the vibrant fruit, the chef prepares to unlock the history of the world. One simple, decisive cut unleashes centuries of dramatic global conquest, spilling invisible aromatic historical fire onto the humble wooden board. We invite the beautiful pain into our daily lives willingly, a daily reminder of our complex, deeply intertwined natural history. Every single spicy bite carries the silent legacy of ancient birds, traversing harsh, prehistoric mountain valleys millions of years ago. The fire endures, a botanical masterpiece that manipulated human desire, ensuring its absolute reign over our delicate sensory world forever. Next time your tongue burns with magnificent, agonizing heat, remember you are tasting history, the most successful silent invasion ever.